But you notice, yeah, how the media last week was very quick to bury the John Terry issue. They were very. As soon as Di Matteo was like, yeah, let's just move on, and match of the day straight away. Yeah, okay, let's not talk about it. Let's move on. I didn't see that with the Suarez everything. I didn't see that.
No, it didn't happen.
And arguably, the John Terry thing is worse.
Media, okay? And I have to point out the difference.
Yeah.
John Terry, you're talking about an Englishman.
Yeah.
Okay? In Anton Ferdinand, you're talking about another Englishman. Yeah? Mm-hmm. In the case of Luis Suarez and Patrice Evra, you're talking about a Uruguayan and a Frenchman.
Yeah. But also the fact that Englishman, John Terry, England captain at the time, and also the fact of the matter is his defense was weak. It's one of them. I was just repeating what I thought I heard. Shut up, prat. But anyway, I mean, even so, it's just one of them was. Yeah, let's protect the England captain. No. At the end of the day, it's just the double standards of it all.
It's shocking, but having said that, I have to quote you, even though you are a tag team champion of being a wrong'un.
Hey.
Castigate one, castigate all.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we're going to be talking about Luis Suarez, we're going to be talking about Patrice Evra, we have to talk about John Terry and we have to talk about Anton Ferdinand. Why are we not talking about?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's stay on that because John Terry, literally yesterday, Monday 24th of September 2012, actually was set for an FA hearing, and has basically retired from international football. Now, I would like to say that John Terry thinks he's smart. John Terry really does think he's smart. The thing is, I love it. The FA, I feel the FA, in pursuing charges against me where I've already been cleared in a court of law, have made my position with the national team untenable. No, John. You made your position with the national team untenable when you were banging Wayne Bridges' wife, Veronica Peroncel, behind his back. You made your position untenable when you were throwing back racial slurs at people. So no, dude, no one else is to blame but you. There ain't no smoke without fire. And the fact of the matter is, you think you're clever. John Terry thinks he's legitimately clever, and I know I said this to you earlier, G-Man, but John Terry thinks he's clever. Yeah, I'm gonna jump before I'm pushed. I'm gonna retire from international football before the FA could take that away from me. Yeah, he thinks he's smart. He really does think he's smart. No, John, you're a mental midget, and I'm not talking Vern Troyer. You are I'm not talking Vern Troyer on steroids. You are what I like to call a mental midget. Because you think you're smart. It's one of them with. If the FA is smart, wait, sorry, I can't go on record as saying that because the FA are part of the moronic trinity. So that's already out to lunch. As said, John Terry thinks he's smart, and if the FA are really serious about getting racism out of the game, like Gezzie Fizzle quoted me earlier, castigate one, castigate all, punish in a draconian fashion. It's one of them ones. You gotta punish uniformly and in a draconian fashion.
You know what?
Really do.
I want to throw this out to everybody on Skype, but before I do, I want to send a big shout out to Mr. Chris Carroll. He's actually my missus' brother.
Hey, what's that
about this same issue last night, and I was saying this: if you do a comparison with the Suarez Evra issue, right? Luis Suarez has a get out clause of him saying that, obviously he's new to the country, didn't know that the words that he was saying were offensive, all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right? You look at Terry, he's born and bred here.
Yeah, no excuse.
Yeah? He's got no excuse whatsoever. So Luis Suarez was fined some money, and I think he had to miss, 8 games or something like that?
Yeah, 8 games and a 40 grand fine, yeah. And John Terry's gotten off scot-free in a court of law. Which is...
I'm saying this, even though he went to a court of law, and controversial as it might sound, I do understand how they came to the conclusion in the court of law, right? Yeah. The FA is not a court of law. And if they're going to punish Luis Suarez like that, they have to double, if not triple it, for John Terry.
Yeah, very much so.
Because there's absolutely no excuse for it. And on top of that, as I say, if we go back and rewind time once again, and go back to the Suarez ever issue, right? He's gonna have to go and make a formal apology. Yeah. He should have to go and do some sort of public outreach and promote, stamping out racism in football. He's gonna have to do it. And okay, he's gonna retire from international football. Okay, but I think that the FA also need to go and take that into consideration, that he's gonna make that preemptive move, and whatever ban they was gonna put on his international career, they have to add it to his domestic career, because he's gone and taken that out of the equation.
Exactly.
You cannot go and reward him for going and taking a preemptive strike. Just for that, you have to be even more excessive.
Yeah, you know what, Jez? I agree with the both you and the LJA, but one thing I will say is John Terry's whole case compared to Suarez is John Terry's has been PR managed to the maximum.
Well, he's been protected
Wait. Just let me have my point. It's like, because when you look at the way John Terry's one's been handled, not only did he have the backing of Chelsea at first at the beginning, so did Luis Suarez. However, with the way the revelations of what Luis Suarez had said and what had happened and blah, 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 whatever, with the complications of the language and everything, it was all muffled from the Liverpool side of things. Like, Luis was saying one thing, Liverpool was saying another thing, FA were reading into a different thing, whereas John Terry, it's like, it's been perfectly plotted, even from the day one when it actually happened, from calling Anton Ferdinand to come speak to him, then he had the point of, I addressed it to Anton, I tried to ask him, I wanted to make it clear, it's like he's manufactured a story all the way along the line, up until the case. Then the FA have protected him. You had the Fabio Capello thing, where Fabio Capello got upset because he was stricken of a captain, blah blah blah. Then you had the whole Rio Ferdinand incident with Roy Hodgson coming into play. Then Ian Wright even said this is exactly what John Terry's going to do. He's going to go to the Euros. He's going to play in the Euros. Whatever happens, then retire afterwards. Because why? It makes sense. Him retiring and coming back to any cases, he's not in the game. Like, they're going to ban him, from the international scene. But if he's not in the game to be banned from there, it's it doesn't really affect him. A bit like Nicolas Anelka with, being banned from France. If he's retired and said, I'm not playing for France anymore, and they said, I'm going to ban you for 86 games or however stupid it was, it's like, that's pointless. It's like he's actually managed this thing perfectly. I don't know if you agree with me.
Well, I will say this. I think he definitely learned from the PR debacle that was how Liverpool, Kenny Dalglish, Ian Ayre, how they handled Luis Suarez. So, I do agree with you. He has gone and really taken some really, really good steps. And I have to say the straight shooting one is absolutely correct. He has been protected, wrapped up in cotton wool by the FA, because if they were so quick to go and bring judgment in the case of Luis Suarez and Patrice Evra, I know that the court was in the way, but listen, the court case has been finished for a little bit of time now, right? If they wanted to go and push for things against John Terry, right, as soon as the verdict was released, I'm talking about the same day, they could begin their investigation and come to their conclusions, but they wanted to wait.
Yeah.
So, at the same time, I think it's because he's English, because he's the former England captain, because he's a poster boy for Chelsea and a poster boy for the Premier League and English football from top to bottom, that he's being protected.
I agree with what all three of you were saying, and what Liam was saying about him being protected by the FA is completely right, because why didn't the FA just look into it? Yes, I know there's a court of law in the way, but they should have just looked into it before that.
Personally, I mean, with John Terry, a lot of people, I feel, have an opinion built up about him that, has stemmed from a lot that he's done in his personal life. Now, in regards to the whole retirement issue, I mean, like Liam said, he made his own position untenable as far as I'm concerned by calling a guy a black, see you next Tuesday. So, in regards to the retirement, like Liam did say as well, he's been very smart with it, because what I feel is that there is going to be a ban pending from the FA because he still has to go through that hearing. And I think in hindsight of that, he's kind of jumped ahead of the gun and said, you know what, I'm just going to quit the game, quit the international scene before it comes out that, you know, even though the court of law proved that he was, inverted commas, innocent, you know, he still can be found guilty by another sort of law, which is the FA. So I thought that, you know, he's personally jumped the gun, spun the whole story on his head, and tried to blame sort of the FA for the position that he's in. I mean, from fans' point of view, no one was actually calling for John Terry's head to actually quit. We just wanted justice for what he actually said. So I think it's very smart play from him, to be fair.
If the FA want to send a statement, I think they're a day. I think now they're a day late and $1 short, because at the end of the day, not only is this in inverted commas race case, but at the same time, some may say that oh yeah, John Terry, he's already been found innocent. He's got nothing to prove. But at the end of the day, he's also brought the game into disrepute as well. So there's that. Obviously, a court of law is not going to care about football getting brought into disrepute, but the FA have to look at that, and hey, they have to be, in my view, for the FA to even come anywhere near saving face in this situation, they will have to castigate in an extremely draconian fashion to save any sort of face. Because, like my blog on pitchtalk.blogspot.com, the FA, UEFA, and FIFA, the moronic trinity. I'm not confident in the FA generally.